Big Green: How environmental groups became billion-dollar forces. Imagine this: environmental organizations, once struggling nonprofits, have transformed into financial powerhouses. In 2020 alone, these groups raked in a staggering $8 billion in donations. That's right, $8 billion. This influx of cash has sparked a debate about the role and influence of these organizations in today's society. But here's where it gets controversial. While many applaud the increased funding for environmental causes, others question whether these groups are truly using their resources to make a tangible impact, or if they are becoming more like corporate entities focused on maintaining their financial status. Turning to a different, but equally pressing issue, a severe weather alert is currently in effect. A flood watch remains active through this evening, affecting several regions. Specifically, parts of northeast Kentucky, including counties like Boyd, Carter, Greenup, and Lawrence, are under threat. Southeast Ohio, particularly Lawrence County, and southwest Virginia, including Buchanan and Dickinson counties, are also at risk. Additionally, multiple counties in West Virginia, such as Boone, Cabell, Lincoln, Logan, McDowell, Mingo, Northwest Raleigh, Southeast Raleigh, Wayne, and Wyoming, are included in the warning. The primary concern is flash flooding caused by heavy rainfall. Excessive runoff could lead to flooding in rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying areas. These waterways might overflow their banks, posing a significant danger to residents. And this is the part most people miss. It's crucial to stay informed and monitor updates from local weather services. You can find more detailed information at http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood and on social media platforms like X and Facebook. For those interested in exploring the intersection of government, freedom, and environmental activism, John Starsel offers a fresh perspective. Every Tuesday, he posts a new video on his website, johnstarsel.com, delving into the complexities of these issues. Starsel, known for his investigative journalism, is the author of Give Me a Break: How I Exposed Hucksters, Cheats, and Scam Artists and Became the Scourge of the Liberal Media. His work often challenges conventional wisdom and invites critical thinking. What do you think? Are environmental groups doing enough with their newfound wealth, or are they becoming too powerful and detached from their grassroots origins? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The Green Industrial Complex: Power, Panic, and Profits. The Green Industrial Complex: Power, Panic, and Profits. From Starsel TV, https://www.youtube.com/StarselTV. Here's a bold truth that might surprise you: environmental groups, often portrayed as the underdogs fighting for our planet, are actually the giants in the room, flush with cash and wielding significant influence. But here's where it gets controversial: the way they use their vast resources raises serious questions. Contrary to popular belief, these organizations are not struggling grassroots movements. They are financial powerhouses, and their tactics often involve spreading fear to boost donations. For example, they claim polar bears are vanishing and bees are dying off in alarming numbers. The reality: these claims are exaggerated or simply false. Why? Because, as science writer John Entine points out, hysteria generates donations. The money they receive comes from well-meaning people who want to help, but end up funding misinformation. This is why big environmental groups now rake in billions annually. But the problem doesn't stop at misleading the public. These groups also use their financial muscle to actively block progress in energy development. One organization proudly states that their legal team has halted thousands of miles of fossil fuel pipelines and stopped the construction of dozens of large power plants in just the past year. And here's the part most people miss. They even oppose renewable energy projects like solar and wind farms. Travis Fisher from the Cato Institute laments this, saying, "It's a shame. When I think about what America could be, we could be so much more prosperous than we are." Our video dives deeper into the many ways big environmental groups hinder advancements that could benefit society and the economy. After more than 4 decades of reporting, I've come to appreciate the critical role of limited government and personal freedom in fostering real progress. Libertarian journalist John Stossel founded Stossel TV with the mission to explain the principles of liberty and free markets to younger generations. Before launching Stossel TV, he was a host on Fox Business and co-anchored ABC's primetime news magazine, 2020's. His economic programs have been transformed into educational materials by the nonprofit Stossel in the Classroom. Today, high school teachers across American public schools use these videos to teach students about economics and the importance of economic freedom. Each year, over 12 million students watch these videos, gaining insights into how markets and liberty work. John Stossel's work has earned him 19 Emmy Awards and 5 honors from the National Press Club for excellence in consumer reporting. He has also received prestigious awards such as the George Polk Award for Outstanding Local Reporting and the George Foster Peabody Award. To ensure you never miss a weekly video from Stossel TV, sign up here. https://johnstossel.activehosted.com/f/1. What do you think? Are environmental groups truly the heroes they claim to be, or is there a darker side to their influence? Do you believe their tactics help or hinder progress? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. Environmental groups, hysteria, wealth, and stifling progress. When it comes to environmental organizations, a startling truth emerges: many of them have amassed significant wealth. In fact, data from 2020 shows these groups raised a staggering $8 billion in donations. Yes, you read that right, $8 billion. Mark Mills, a physicist, makes a compelling observation in my new video, https://www.youtube.com/watch?marks I=4 LGP 6 WBHN KIP GC &V FH0 CC0 TBGPS feature U2.B, stating, "The environmental industrial complex actually has more money in the PR game, the lobbying game, than the real industry." He emphasizes that not enough scrutiny is placed on tracing where this money leads. What's even more ironic is that if you visit their websites, the first thing you usually see is a large, eye-catching button inviting you to donate. Sometimes, it feels like it's hell-bent on grabbing your attention. You might wonder if these organizations are on the brink of financial ruin, when in reality, they are thriving. Their funding often grows by promoting alarming claims like, polar bears face extinction, and bees are disappearing. However, the facts tell a different story: both polar bear and bee populations have been rebounding. Science writer John Entine points out that these sensational claims are often the only way these organizations feel they can approach environmental issues, claiming, they feel that the only way they can talk about environmental issues is to frame it with hysteria, crisis. I challenged John's perspective, suggesting they might not be deliberately misleading the public. But he responded, sometimes they believe it, but they also recognize that hysteria generates donations. The lifeblood for these organizations is the money from individuals who genuinely think they are contributing to a good cause. So, when you donate billions, you probably assume your contributions will help clean rivers or restore parks. However, a significant portion of these funds hardly goes toward that aim. For instance, donations to the World Wildlife Fund help maintain its impressive 250,000 square foot headquarters, equipped with a breathtaking 8-story atrium. On another level, organizations like the Natural Resources Defense Council, NRDC, host lavish parties with celebrities and fashion icons, attracting high-profile names like Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert Redford to create promotional content. What's perhaps the most concerning aspect is the impact their actions have on progress. The NRDC and Sierra Club, for example, utilize donor money to fund legal battles, with the NRDC reportedly filing a new lawsuit every 10 days. The Center for Biological Diversity boasts over 70 active lawsuits in its arsenal, with its executive director proudly stating, "We do more environmental litigation than any other environmental group in the country." Mills remarks, "They have billions of dollars to not build anything, but simply oppose construction efforts." Travis Fisher, who oversees energy and environmental policy studies at the Cato Institute, points out the irony of this situation. He notes, irony because while they claim to save the bees, that very donation goes towards a lawyer attempting to block your access to gasoline. The Sierra Club even claims credit for halting thousands of miles of fossil fuel pipelines and numerous power plants. However, it's worth considering that pipelines are less harmful to the earth than transporting oil via trucks. Adequate power generation, including nuclear power, is essential for America's future. Yet last year, Friends of the Earth even took legal steps to shut down Diablo Canyon, California's last operational nuclear plant. Shockingly, even renewable energy projects aren't safe from their litigation. Entities like the NRDC, Sierra Club, and Defenders of Wildlife have all sued to prevent solar and wind farms, arguing that projects like California's Calico solar installation threaten the habitats of the desert tortoise. Once, the main obstacle to development was the NIMBY attitude, "not in my backyard," but it seems times have changed to a new mantra, "banana, build absolutely nothing, anywhere, near anyone." Travis Fisher reflects on the consequences, stating, "What that means is our desired lifestyle may remain out of reach." If someone wants to construct a new house, think about the labyrinth of permits needed. Who would they have to consult? Would the Sierra Club be preparing to file a lawsuit? I admit I once fell victim to their tactics. I remember when WCBS TV ran ads promoting my environmental coverage with a headline that ominously suggested, "If you wore a gas mask, you might be better off." Now, I understand that the larger environmental organizations have not only misled me, but also frequently hinder progress, all while lining the pockets of lawyers. I've extended invitations to these major organizations to send a representative to my studio to discuss my views. Surprisingly, none have agreed to participate. Fisher expresses a shared sentiment, saying, "It's disheartening when I contemplate what America could achieve. We could be building so much more, leading to a level of prosperity far greater than what we currently experience." What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe these organizations genuinely care about the environment, or are they more focused on funding their endeavors? Do you think the claims they promote are valid, or are they simply a tactic for generating donations? I'd love to hear your perspective.